Hello! Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Hope everyone's doing very swell. Today is day 3 of Gatoron's yellow lubing. Actually, speaking of lubing, I have to lube all these Gatoron X's. This will be my lube project tomorrow night, maybe tonight, honestly, if I'm feeling it. And then this is definitely getting lubed. Do you guys know what these are? Look at this. I'm probably going to use 204 on everything. I've been really enjoying 204. Plus, I only have a little bit of 205 left right now. High vis switches. Okay, you can open? Look at these things, dude. Hold on, let me switch views and show you guys. They are literally just recolors. So if you like the classic blues, then you'll like these. These are unlubed, but these are really nice. Oh, did I? It's just not picking up for some reason. 1 second. I have to do this. There we go. Look at, dude, honestly, these things, I thought this was a tennis ball thing that Mike put in a box. I was like, did Mike just send me a tennis ball? And then I realized there were switches. So, I thought you said Type Plus switches aren't so good they didn't need lube. Well, the lubed ones are so good we don't need lube.
I thought you said that the Type Plus switches are so good that they didn't lube.
Huh? Well, these aren't the lubed ones. These are unlubed. But Type Plus lubed switches. No, Gingy. Pause. They sent me prototypes, or I guess samples with no lube, so I need to lube them. But the stock lube is really good. Unlubed switches aren't lubed. Yeah. I mean, goes without saying. They're unlubed because they are samples, so I need to lube them. They look insane. Stoked for high. Yeah, these are a relatively quick turnaround time too. I think they're literally being made as we speak. So these are cool though. These are awesome looking. I like Type Plus switches. So stoked to use these. I was actually thinking we put this in the Smurv on Sunday. What do you guys think? We get a little Smurv action going with these particular switches. Granites are a lower pitch. Granites were designed with a milky top, so the top out of granites are a little bit like subdued. I would say the classic blues are close to what, like, the classic blues remind me of almost like a cherry switch. Not as much like oomph as a cherry switch, but like almost there. I think they kind of have their own thing going. God, my hair is like, I was outside shoveling today. My hat like screwed up my hair. But yeah, I think they're kind of like almost there. How'd you like the Arum? I really liked it. I thought it was great. A little pricey, but really good. I have mine somewhere around here. I should use it, honestly. I think I took the keycaps
Chat,
off.
I've missed you.
Oh
also,
my God,
Alex
sleep.
looking schmexy today.
Really? Dude, I've been a little critical of the way I've been looking. But, good news, I'm down to 171 pounds. So I started, not fitness per se, but I started just making sure I'm eating right. About 2 months ago, beginning of January, so what, a month and a half ago? Literally down like 8 pounds. I think a lot of it was like water weight, but yeah, crazy how quickly it just, dude, like I feel it. That's the craziest part. Thank you, Sleep. By the way, Sleep, thank you so much for the subscription, man. Seriously. What's a mile? But yeah, crazy how quickly that just got burned off. The fuck is a kilometer? Oh, question. Do you guys want to use... Actually, this was pretty crazy. These aren't available anywhere. I swear to God, I only recently got these. These are what, the Key Geek M1s? They're just not available. They're sold through everywhere. So, I don't know. Do you guys want to bother with these? Or we have roller switches today. dude, everywhere I checked, because I did use these in a build once. These were done with the, what build was it? The Gray Studios build. And I really liked that build. So I basically took them out, harvested them back, and I was like, let me reuse them. And I was like, damn, I should pick myself up another batch of these because they're really nice. And they're sold out everywhere. M1 or rollers. Yeah, I really like the roller switches. The roller switches are great. But honestly, the M1s are good too. So I'll leave it up to you guys for today. We are going to be using the, I think this is the right, yeah. We're going to be using the extended plate today. We got it in. We can do let's do a poll. Also, guys, the Mass 80 arrived today. It was the craziest thing. The craziest thing. I don't even want to get into details, but UPS is a nightmare, bro. So over UPS. Okay, let's put the poll. Calligraphies, I have another batch on order. By the way, I am doing a Switch article, and I'll tell you that calligraphies are on that list. Slash poll. Switches. Let's do M1s by KeyGeek or Roller V2. Sorry if you can answer this, but what's the difference between the normal and the extended plate? I'll show you. This is the extended here. It allows for everything. But the other plate will have a very fixed layout. I don't know which unit we're building today. I guess I'm just going to kind of pick one at random. I do commission builds, yes, Hangs. You can send me a form. I have it on my website. Should have all the info there, and then you can make your decision whether or not you want to go with me. I can give you more info. This was the black unit. This is the one with the solder PCB? No, this is hot swap. Where's the poll? I thought I put it up. Didn't I? Also, again, thank you guys for the subs. I don't know why there's a sub train right now. I think we've only got one sub, but thank you guys so much. M1 basically won already. I mean, it could swing around. It could. I'm not sure. It's 22-12. This is, what unit's this one here? Okay, one of these I thought was a solder unit, so maybe it's the last unit I left in the box. One second. I want to do the solder unit today. And then FYI, this particular unit we're doing today, or the one we did the other day, could be the giveaway unit. Here's the solder PCB. Okay. So, do I want to do the lilac unit though? I feel like I just did lilac. I'm gonna do this other unit here. Have you ever considered building the Boston 120? Have I built that before? I swear to God, at one point I did build that, didn't I? I thought I did. Maybe I haven't. Okay, I'm just gonna move this here and then do the old swap-rooney here. I would love to. Maybe I can pick. How much are they? Are they expensive? Can't get behind GDK after the whole DK1 TKL. Dude, I agree. Josh, I agree that it's a debacle. If you guys are also curious, which we're going to discuss today too as we build this, I put out a little bulletin on my Discord news. Just scroll up. You'll find it eventually. It's not end of the world, but it does address that there was some issues with the DK1 TKL, which is honestly behind the scenes kind of weird and kind of finger pointy everywhere, but it seems like GDK, as well as the vendors for this current run for the NV70, are very keen on getting it right. The vendors are probably going to be the ones behind the steering wheel here. So it's up to you guys at the end of the day. I want to put faith that the vendors are going to do the right thing and help steer this group by in the right direction, but we'll see. We shall see. We're not sure. Like I said, I have hope, and Keybay Tech's been great for that, by the way. Same with like Unikeys and all the other people who have run projects, and you know, I don't think Unikeys vendoring this one here, but I think they're helping out with the DK1 TKL stuff, right? But my own samples, I checked all 5. I had people send me problems that were in the DK1 as well as some other problems. I can confirm that the samples I have no issues. The only issue was this thing sliding around, which is in here. Omega, that's for you guys to decide. You guys have the information. I would say you guys have to make the decision here. I have never been really one to tell people yes or no, because let's be real, guys. I don't know. I don't even know. So these are M1s, I believe. Pretty sure these are M1s, right? The ones with like the speckled top housings. What would you? But what would convince you? I think what would convince me is knowing the vendors have my back. Like, for example, if Chester already said from Keybay Tech, if someone has a problem, he's willing to help. That, to me, feels sufficient, because at least I know a vendor is willing to help. Then again, you know, like, I'm not saying Keybay Tech's ever going to do this, but, like, it begs the question of, do you have faith in that? But I want the vendors to suffer if we go ahead with this. Yeah, I mean, it's the risk of taking a group buy, right? If GDK does not agree to send out new aluminum plates of the TKL, that would be a red flag. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point too, because there was discussion on how the DK1 TKLs are being fixed, which is also a very valid thing to talk about as well. If that doesn't get addressed properly, then yeah, that might be a great way to say yes, red flag or green flag. So I think everyone's biggest frustration is some issues were brought up during the Chinese GB, and GDK did fuck all to fix them for international GB, then blames the vendors for half of it. Yeah, I mean, I said that even in my statement to Josh. It's very like, it feels like shifting the blame, and I don't want to shift the blame. I think every person who is kind of involved in like coordination, QC, whatever contract they had is all to blame here. So it's just how you learned by doing business with someone as a vendor. If you do not like, then you don't have to work with them in the future. Yeah, I think that's also very valid too. The screw chase, I can't remember exactly. What was the reasoning behind the screw chase thing? I don't remember. We calling Josh W1324 Josh now? I didn't know we would tight like that. Hey, me and Josh go way back, bro. Bro, can you imagine if I called Josh's name Josh W1324 or 1324? Like the full thing every single time I wanted to talk to him? Can you imagine? Fried K Voth? I've never even called you that. The screw trays were an apology for 3 months of delays, and you guys never got that. People never got them. I can't remember what I'll use the word excuse was with that. I don't know. No one ever says my full name. How do you say your full name? Can you give me the phonetic of that? I'm a little confused. All right, let's take a look at this. So this is the full plate now. Artisan in the press about the board wasn't there. There are many delays. The trays were compensation, but Unis just slapped labels on the key box and didn't pack the trays. So is this a vendor thing, or was this a they didn't ever get made thing? Iced, what's up, bro? I don't know. Can I be real with you guys too? Like, speaking earnestly here, I think the other confusion that I have with part of the GDK, DK1 TKL, is it feels like there's a lot of confusion. Even me, I spoke to tons of people about this, and it feels like I didn't get one completely straight story, like, or matching set of stories yet. Like, I see the big picture. The big picture's there, and I understand what happened overall. But, like, some of the more minor, finer details, it just seems like terrible communication between everybody. So, it's also impossible to tell how they were communicated with vendors. Can't blame the vendors if they weren't told about fixes. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that too. It's really sad when nothing matches up. Right, and I think that's also what, like, is causing me some frustration too. You know? I am glad I looked it up, though. I am glad, like, the moment I caught wind of this, I was like, dude, let me just,
Alex,
like,
I'm giving you bits so you can't not do this. Say Irish wristwatch without pausing between the words smile.
Irish wish... Bro, nah, bro. I can't even get past it saying slow. I can't even do it. Got him. I don't care if I get a screw tray. I heard the quality was not great on them anyways. If it's missing, then I won't. Yeah. And like I said, guys, my job is I want to get you guys all the information possible so you guys can make a better decision. I hope I'm not failing you there. I really don't. So, I love that we can talk about this civilly, by the way. I love it. It's a good thing because then we can all make better decisions and keep each other informed. Trying not to lean on the air of rumors and stuff, but I mean, kind of have to here, sadly. But like I said, just, as long as everyone's informed and can make proper decisions, that's the best thing. The board's pretty good aside from the issues. I've heard tons of people tell me that aside from the issues, they love the board. So there are some people who have been completely turned off by it. But again, it is maybe not the point of the story. I'm typing on it right now. I mean, that's good though, Sir Wills. I'm glad you like it. Beyond a couple of issues, I love how the board sounds and feels. Yeah. What am I doing? This I don't need. I need... Okay, let's actually grab the PCB. Aside from the diarrhea, I love the meal. I think that's an unfair comparison. Let's see. Seems like a lot of people bought it. I don't think it was actually a highly purchased board. I forget how many units actually sold. Do I want to do solder today? Because, okay, I think what they told me was they were supposed to be a 500 MOQ and ended up only being 200, and somehow that got pushed through. I don't know. That's another point of conversation. I don't want to be like a rumor mill here because I don't really know. So, all right, let's just do this. Talking about stuff wrong with plates, the PP plate from the Intro S100 was warped. Not all vendors got replacements. Intro was that Vertex? I forget who made Intro. Gotta go to bed. You can check DMs after stream. No spam, I promise. Thank you, Omega. I will. And you have a good night. Is Vertex gonna replace them? Alright. So this is the regular plate and this is the extended. I think both vendors them. The plate issue is clearly a manufacturing problem and not a communication issue. For the Intro? Yesterday I bought my first GMK set ever in the last 5 years. Which one? Tell me. We need to know. So this is the other foam and the new plates. So this particular one gives us... Yeah, like, again, why would you even want to buy the... I guess if you want plate-mounted stabs. Yeah, like, this gives you way more options. Just, if you guys were end up getting this one here, just get this one. Petardo, can I be honest, Alex? I just really thought that your hair looks mighty fine, my dude. Thank you, man. Thank you. Vertex kind of no longer exists because control ending? I thought Vertex was completely separate from what I understood. I thought they were completely a different thing. Alright. Well, I guess let's just take away this foam for now. Alex, dude, I end it better than... wait, what happened? I end it better... Tech, repeat. I'm not following. My brain is not computing right now. Vertex was way around. Yeah, I also thought Vertex was like completely separate from this. Okay, this can go back in here. Oh, I ended up getting... Okay. Dude, I hope you end up liking it. I'll use these steps. These steps are perfectly fine. I don't even think I need to take these apart and lube them, because these are already decently lubed. And I can just inject lube afterwards. Evening, Alex. You vibe with GMK just beachy? I thought it was a nice set. There's a few GMK sets that I'm not considering per se, but like I wouldn't mind having. Just beachy was one. There's actually a few I saw in Divinity that I kind of liked. What the hell? Dude, why is it always around this time I get like 16 emails from like random people? Alright, let me just start this. So we're going to do split right this time. Cool. I really hope you enjoy the Smurf 80. Even if we got a pre-built unit, I'll take it apart to rebuild. I kind of want to like try different things in it anyways, so... If we got non-pre-built, I'm going to use the high-vis switches. If we got pre-built, I have others I'll use for that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Mr. Mike sent over. You were the first creator I ever gave a Twitch Prime sub to. I don't have Prime anymore, and for a while got it to Keebs, but the Bauer Light has gotten me back in. Hell yes, dude. And dude, you don't feel bad about not having Prime or anything. Just enjoy the stream, bro. I'm happy to have you here. I'll be honest. Twitch subs, although very nice, and I appreciate everyone who does, I understand the world's gotten a little bit pricier. So nice. So,
Poggers.
Thank you for your Prime, Benji. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Six. I appreciate your tier 1 to throbbing. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, the world's got a little bit pricier these days. Can't do nothing about it. Wait, did I tell you guys this is going to be a phone build today?
Sixy Somatic gifted a tier 1 sub to throbbing_tech bro. They have given 16 gift subs in the channel.
Well, we got a whole bunch of these to build still, so I could just build this regular schmegular if you guys want. Up to you guys. Thank you, Bar. Appreciate you. Oh my god.
Primer.
If you guys haven't, alright, the person who just rated us, alright, XXW, you gotta go follow her. She makes awesome content. Also, very, very, very nice human being. Please go follow XXW. Alright? How you doing? How's your day going? I don't know what they did. I don't know. What did you guys build today? I've been enjoying the series she has been doing on Instagram. I've seen a few parts of it, actually. Honestly, man, I haven't been really using Instagram, so I haven't been really keeping up. Even though, like, I've seen a few parts of Patty's stuff, and then I've also seen a few other people post some, like, really fun stuff on Insta. Insta hasn't really been my thing these days. We built the bullet train. Nice. What'd you guys think? What did you guys think? Anyone know if there's import tax on buying GMK sets from the US to Canada? There is. Depends on how they're feeling for that day. So nice.
Pancakes Types gifted a tier 1 sub to Dream Girly. They have given 36 gift subs in the channel.
So wait, did you guys want this to be foamy today? I don't mind either way, by the way. It's really, we did one NV70. We can do this one here regular, and then we can do another one with foam. I have 5 of them, and we're gonna give away 4 of them. Today, I don't know, I think these switches, I haven't tried these switches with foam. No foam today? I'm down. We can see how the extended plate maybe changes things up a bit. Foamless numpad? Oh, we could do the numpad on this today. I'm down. I am down to do that. Fill it with sand? I think you might have the wrong channel, my friend. I don't know if you saw the original message. So sorry for reposting. You never have to apologize for that. I had to go with classic Red Samurai. I bought it for my Olaf 40 with prototype blacks. Nice. I was testing out some vintage DCX keycaps, but they didn't quite fit the layout, and thought to myself, I bet a GMK set would sound very similar to DCX. Yeah. Dude, I still like my GMK stuff. Although, you know what's coming up as a close second these days? That new Swag Keys ABS stuff. Gotta admit, it's pretty good. Shave your mustache and do the mustache mod. I don't even know what I look like without a mustache anymore. I was thinking for the next subathon / giveaway, I could do a top tier prize of shaving off my mustache, but I don't want to shave my entire beard. I would just shave off the mustache and just keep it flush to the beard. It's probably the lamest thing I could probably do because I know you guys want to see me with no beard, but like I legitimately don't think you guys would follow me anymore. There's no doubt in my mind you guys would stop watching me. Legitimately no doubt. Shave everything? Could you shave your head instead? I've done that once. Honestly, not like bald, but like, imagine this length everywhere. I don't look good with that. Shave everything. If you do no beard and no shirt, well, what the hell? I think we're on the wrong channel. We might be on the wrong channel for that one there. It'll grow back in 3 days. Insty, I understand it'll grow quick. The point is, listen, it's funny for you guys for like maybe an hour tops, and then you get to take pictures, and then I'll have that thing on the internet forever. And then I always have to be reminded by the same few individuals who I can pinpoint in this chat if they're here, in it, and some company, who will never let the memes go. And even if I grow it back and decide to grow the burliest beard ever, I'll always have that picture to remind me. Just like that photo that you guys took where I took off my glasses to see if there was any dirt on them, and it made my eyes like the size of peas. I always have to look at that image, and I look at it and I think, Jesus, that is the worst photo I've ever seen of myself. So, with the burliest beard, I've had a pretty big one, but it doesn't grow very nicely because I'm like kind of miss a patch here, it doesn't grow as like thick here. I don't know. Have you seen those clips of boyfriends shaving their beards and filming their GF's reaction? I've seen the dads shaving their beard, and then like their sons and daughters who are like really young just like start crying immediately because they don't know who the hell they're talking to. That shit makes me laugh every time. I actually think I need to grab some. Is there none in here? I need to quickly grab some washers. One sec, guys. I have a little drawer full of washers because I never use some of them. Imagine finding romance via Alex's stream. Chat, wouldn't that be something? Did someone find romance? Do tell. Do tell. High Viz round 2 woo? Yeah, dude. I'm glad some people are gonna get in on that set. I know some people have been itching for it. My DMs are open. Wait, this isn't a date? Oh, I thought it was. A love of Thok was found here. Also, guys, I take it back. I was looking more into everything today, and I realized I have to pick up a few things to get a record player. And yeah, it's kind of expensive. I had a friend offer to sell me his record player at a really good price, but like, I also need to get a phono preamp, and then I need to pick up a few other things, and I think after everything, even if I get stuff used and thrifted Insty, plus like 1 or 2 records, this is going to be like $700-800 that I just don't want to throw at something like this right now. So I got myself psyched up for it, I'm not going to lie. I was pretty pumped. But yeah, I might just have to call it quits. Speaking as someone deep into the record hobby, just stick with digital. Yeah. I do think it would be really fun to sit down and enjoy a record and plug in a pair of headphones. Like, to me, that sounds really relaxing and very, like, intentional, which I value a lot. But yeah, man, like, I just can't, man. It's just too much right now. Sit in your Eames chair. Damn, you guys got one of those? Listen to music the way nature intended it to? How's that? Records are best experienced with a good stereo or headphones. There's little difference to digital. Yeah. Again, I just think it's like, I want that intentional, feeling. It's like pour over coffee. Just putting in a record and then playing it. But yeah, it ain't worth it right now. If we considered CDs, I was also thinking about that and getting a really fun CD player. But then I need to buy like a whole bunch of stuff even for that. It's definitely not as much money. But yeah, you know what? For some reason in my head, I thought I could just use the record player and plug it into an amp. And then I realized I don't even have the right amp for anything. And then I have to pick up 2 other things. And it's okay. I'm going to pass for now. Any chance you know any spots to look for one of the A-Fresh desk pads? Which one's that, Ark? Sorry? A-Fresh desk pads. Do you have a link? You can get a sub $400 twin turbo with a built-in preamp, and yeah, it adds up. Well, even that, like a $400 one with a built-in one that I was looking at. Then I also just need to get something that'll power my headphones because I don't have something proper for that anymore. And then again, just picking up 1 or 2 records, and speaking in Canadian dollars, a record from the record store, and this is not going through Vintage or anything else, this is just one of something you can buy at MSRP. They're about $49 on average. So if I want 2, that's $100 plus the record player. That's Canadian. I've seen about with the built-in preamp stuff. It's like $300-400 there. So now we're at $500. Plus I have to pick up the headphone amp. That's another $150 plus taxes. So, like I said, it just seems like it's going to be a little bit too much. Again, to keep it a buck with you guys, if I had more money, for sure, this would be great. Such a fun little hobby to collect. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's feasible. I think I got myself too hyped up for nothing, and then I started doing the math. Which is good, by the way. Responsible purchasing. All right? We're not going to be mindless consumers. Responsibility with what we purchase. Good day. Records are a horrible hobby to get into. Well, horribly expensive, maybe. ×3 rule? Exactly. So yeah, you know what? Maybe in a way, I am glad that we took a step back. I took a step back and been like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the right move. The hobby creates a serious addiction. Are you into it yourself, Clacky? E-coated white Neo Ergo just delivered? Oof. All right. Do you know what you're going to build it with? Are you building it tonight? Alright, M1 switches once. Let's do those. Let's just quickly also grab this. I thought the 3x rule was to buy 3 of everything. No, it's to do the very opposite. Is if you can't afford buying 3, then don't buy it at all. Man, I wonder what other hobbies might be somewhat redundant and expensive to the outside world. Blink, blink. Well, that's the problem too. Like, if I didn't already have keyboards, then maybe records would be like a no-brainer. But like, for example, I just bought a bunch of switches. And I know switches aren't as much in the long run, like, because for me, I can use them for streams and like, it's kind of my job. But like, I don't know. It's still expensive. 2 hobbies in this economy? In this economy. Collecting gaming mice is definitely one, but not nearly as expensive as keyboards. I feel like you can get pretty wild with gaming mice. I feel like there's a new mouse like every other week. Am I still playing Arc Raiders? Every now and then. It's getting now to the point where my Arc Raiders lobbies are very, very sweaty. And kind of feeling a little bit not as good now. Because everyone's just... They're on some next level tech, bro. I was playing one the other day. Oh my god, dude. We were playing Stellamontis. Everyone had the grappling hooks and just kept zipping across the map. And then one guy, his movement was just next level crazy. And I was like, can we please chill? Can we just not roll around the map? And can we just like shoot each other that way? And then everyone's also running shotguns right now because they feel kind of broken. Even more so than Venator. I can't wait. Oh gosh, my throat. Can't wait to when my NV70 will arrive. You're actually teasing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. Let them cosplay Levi from Attack on Titan. The worst two hobbies to get into simultaneously is keyboards and cars. Because now I have to decide between a couple sets of GMK or a set of new tire. The plastic, obviously. In the plastic, I mean the keycaps. Could you date a woman who is a foam enjoyer? My girlfriend likes foam. So, yes. I feel like there are probably even more expensive hobbies.
My main problem with records nowadays is that artists/labels just don't care anymore. They are so expensive and are almost never mastered properly. I will say that what people say about vinyl sounding warmer is real. I find vinyl can sound more fun than digital, but it can also sound more compressed and objectively worse. It's a very weird hobby.
Yeah, so my first experience with vinyl was... Ooh, this is an old one. I had this amazing listening session, and it's with a pair of headphones I still have right now. I went to my old job. The guy who owned the company was really into building his own amps. It's very weird because the company I worked for had nothing to do with music and sound and audio and stuff. He told me, he's like, Alex, I know you're into audio. I made this crazy nice tube amp. He's like, you should one day listen, bring a pair of headphones. And I brought in a pair of headphones, and he's like, I've never seen anything like these. You know, I let him listen. They were a pair of planar headphones. And he put on a vinyl record, and it was like, great. Dude, honestly, I still think about how beautiful that whole little system we had going on sounded. It was so nice. And I still think about that day. And I kind of was thinking, okay, this is going to kind of capture that moment again. But I think there's also a part of me that thinks maybe that was just like a one-off experience. Maybe that was the particular record. Maybe that was because his amp. Maybe I'm chasing something that I can't ever do. Because he built it from scratch. So I think there's also a little doubt in my mind. All right, we're doing the numpad one today. Chat, let's brainstorm cheap hobbies we can derive joy without having to spend arms and legs. One of the cheapest hobbies I think you can do is pencil and paper and just drawing. Going for a walk, I think that can technically be a hobby. Watching paint dry, but then again, paint's pretty expensive these days, Rusty. Also, hi, Rusty. Paint can get pretty expensive. Painting is, painting like the walls, you mean? Like actual paint is kind of pricey on the walls, but painting acrylic paint, you can buy some cheap acrylic paint. Pencils and papers, I guess just getting a regular schmegular pencil is kind of what I was talking about. Oh man, you know the meme of getting invited to a meeting randomly and getting fired? About to do the opposite that to my boss with my 2 weeks notice? Are you gonna give us more lore? What's going on? So sad to keep community is not as it used to be 3 years ago. What happened, Squanchy? Sorry, I'm missing it here. Alex, hasn't seen the prices and options of Japanese mechanical pencils. Is that a whole rabbit hole that I'm not aware of? The most expensive hobby, camera rig setup building. That can get pretty expensive. But I also feel like I built mine and it was really cheap. Like the camera itself was obviously the most expensive part, but all these little extra pieces were all on sale. And I think they were like less than $300 total. But then again, you know what? I did have one piece already. Audio might be worse than keyboards if we're talking black hole of money. If you go to the stupid high end, one thing I'll give keyboards credit for, I don't think that particular high end of keyboards really exists unless you think artisans or maybe like extreme one-off projects. But I'm talking about just like readily available stuff. It doesn't really exist. With audio, there are audio cables from that brand called like Audio Quest that are like $5,000. There are cables that cost more than full ass keyboards times 10. Oh yeah, there's snake oil. What are your thoughts on Xeon Raws? The HE switches, I love them. They're really good. I think they're one of my favorite HE switches. Something oxygen free? Bro, I fell for one of those snake oil cables once. Kind of out of desperate needs to do it, but a book from time to time to me is not that expensive, so I think reading is good. Do you read with the what is it called? The Kobos or whatever? Do you use one of those? Kobo Gang. 2022 is peak keyboard hobby. And in the Philippines. I mean, the hobby everywhere is slowed down. But I think that's a direct reflection of the economy. Like, of what we're all feeling. Let's be honest. During COVID, man, like, I didn't make any more money than I did during COVID. Like, COVID, I think I was spending less money going out. And it kind of like made you realize how expensive the outside world is. So it was one of those like, okay, I have a few extra bucks to throw at hobbies now. I gotta admit, man, I know COVID sucked as a whole, but I think for just like enjoying myself with like hobbies and really like learning about myself, it was a good excuse to spend money on hobbies. Nowadays, for example, I don't remember when this was. I think it was like 2 months ago or something. We were invited out to go for food. And bro, I had like a small plate of food. Girlfriend had a small plate of food. $90 fucking. And it's just like, and then even McDonald's, like we got McDonald's the other day. It was like $15-16 for my McDonald's burger. And then $10 for hers. With tax, $30. Damn. We went to the movies to go watch Wicked 2. I think that was a little while ago. The movies are like $15 to $20 a ticket now. So, all this stuff adds up. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, COVID was great because we didn't have to think about that kind of stuff. Like, we didn't have to go out. Well, we couldn't go out. And then you can realize, okay, we have extra money to spend on hobbies. Now that everything's like back to normal, dude, it's tough. It's tough to balance like the going out with the hobbies. Are there any weird odors with them? The B1 switches? Oh, these are M1s. I don't remember if these had a scent. I've already opened these up a bunch of times. Plus, the whole world's feeling some, ups and downs with the market as well, and the economy's kind of shaky right now. So, as an added bonus to what already sucks, we have that. But yeah, it's tough. I don't blame any small community of keyboard right now that's kind of suffering or maybe it's not what it used to be. It's just tough right now. That's all. You're actually so right, Alex. It's so expensive now, but good thing it's a lot more affordable boards. Yeah, you know what? And I think keyboards are in such a good spot, realistically. I just hate the 300 streaming platform that you can get and just cannot find the movie you want to watch. Oh, I have given up with streaming platforms. I think I just have Netflix because my girlfriend wants it, and I have nothing else. I think I have my Amazon Prime subscription. Oh my god, the fact that they added ads to that shit made me so pissed off. But yeah, like I have that, so sometimes I'll watch that. Most of the time, dude, I'm just doing my thing, you know? Just doing my thing, bro. It's also high quality home theater gear has become so much cheaper. Well, dude, you know what made me like I hate to be negative about this. You know what really made me not want to go to the movie theaters anymore? I feel like, okay, me spending $15 on a ticket, fine, whatever. I still get the cool experience of going to the movie theaters. It's the popcorn being like $20. It's the concession stand shit, bro. Like I'm just like, half the enjoyment for me was like I get movie theater popcorn. It's cool. I like that. It's fun. But yeah, like that's kind of why I haven't gone. That's by design. But you know what, Insty? I honestly feel like that's gonna bite them in the ass. Cause aren't movie tickets like just down in general these days? Like no one's really going these days. I have not seen, and I've been to a few movies over the last few years. I don't think I've ever seen a full movie theater, even on launch dates. When we went to Wicked, launch day, Wicked, it was the first showing. The movie theater was like a third of people in there, not even. Can I ask why you guys always use the phone with PCBs that have flex cuts? Flex cuts make things sound a little bit thinner, and I'm not really into that personally, so I add foam to help like oomph it up, you know what I mean? The theater for Iron Lung was overpacked. Is it good? Just say yes or no. I don't want spoilers. I heard it's really good. I have Flavacol. Instantly, I have the whole thing to make my own popcorn. Tastes exactly like the movie theater stuff. Actually, a little bit better. I have the whole thing, bro. Trust me, dude. I went down that rabbit hole a little while ago. I even bought myself, it was like from Walmart or something. I bought myself one of those like whirly pop things. I'm on point with my popcorn at home, alright? I love movies. I love like anime. I love just like watching shit. So, highly recommend it. Okay. I have trust issues now with pressing this in after yesterday's build. We found a thing Alice isn't original on. What do you mean? Marvel movies this year? Is there any Avengers this year? I do popcorn without oil for healthy snacks. I don't even know how I have popcorn pretty often. I don't put that much oil. I put a little bit of like the Flavacol, and then I put a little bit of extra butter, but it's like a tablespoon of extra butter. It's not a crap ton. The Flavacol and I use olive oil, I think already make it like really nice, and just putting a little bit of extra butter is just like perfect. And then I also put maple syrup. Just a little bit. Again, I use like half a tablespoon of maple syrup. And I feel like it's not like overbearingly crappy for you because, you know, it's not super great, but at least it has some like fiber. It's good for you there, I guess. I remember movies being up on streaming sites really fast after they finished showing at the theaters during COVID. Great times. I think they had to be, right? Like there was no way around that. Let's do this. I use lime juice instead of oil to get the seasoning to stick. Interesting. Never thought of trying that. That sounds interesting, actually. I kind of want to try that. Huh. Butter for popcorn is like pineapple for pizza. The more the better. I don't mind pineapple pizza. I know we always joke around about it. I don't mind it. What headphones are you eyeing? You mentioned looking for a pair during last stream. I already have a nice pair of headphones. Actually, do I have them? I brought them down. I fucked up, though. I fucked up on my headphones. I have these ones, and then actually, I have 2 pairs. Unfortunately, my headband it's just like completely worn down because I used to wear these all the time. But these are Rawson Rad Zeros. I don't think, and then I bought the wrong pads for them. My pads I replaced. Yeah, the headband's seen better days, but the headphones are in perfect condition. So, it's the only pair of headphones I own. My dad has my other pair because they had actually sent me a pair. I don't even know why they did, but they sent me a pair. I don't own any other headphones, but these are great. I love listening to these. These sound amazing. You do kind of have to have a good amp, though. Can you tell me about your build spec? I am doing M1 KeyGeek switches with the extended aluminum plate and a solder PCB, no foam. Yeah, they made these for me. I don't know, they wanted to do like a keyboard collab thing with like headphones. So they just reached out and they're like, can we make you a pair of headphones? And they themed it after Aether. So this was actually themed after my keycap set back in the day. They're really nice, dude. They sound amazing. They don't make headphones anymore, I don't think. I think they just recently closed shop, but they were called Rawson Rad Zeros. I believe one of the guys used to work for Odyssey, is it? So they're beautiful. I had purchased one. That was the end of my audio journey. I had purchased an all blue one, like a very like fun blue silver one. But when they made these for me, I was like, oh, these are cool. I think I do prefer the all silver blue one. Like they look nicer. The only thing now is I don't think I can pick up a replacement headband strap, which really sucks. Luckily though, the bottom's fine. It's just literally the top that's been like falling apart. But it is what it is, I guess. I love my planars a lot, but they were also so heavy. Yeah, I mean, that's the downside about planar headphones, is they're all heavy as shit. The other pair of headphones I really, really like, which are, maybe I think I got rid of. I think I sold them. They were just a straight up pair of Sennheiser 598s or something like that. The Aria Organics somehow still managed to be 10 times more comfy than anything I've tried. Headphones are a total mind-blowing hobby, man. All right. Let's start soldering. I'm permanently ruining my posture by maining some LCD 2Cs. Damn, you have the classics? Not gonna lie, I was looking at the classics the other day just for funsies. Not that I plan on buying one. They look beautiful. Beautiful looking headphones. What's the difference between the extended plate and the regular plate? More options. And you can't use plate mounted stabs on the extended. But it's just more options to build the keyboard. IMO, it's nicer. Have you seen Invincible? Season 4 coming soon? No, a few people have actually recommended me watching it, but I haven't seen it yet. Feels good to solder. You really need to EQ them. I feel like most planar headphones, I hate to say it, and I've tried a shit ton of planars, most you have to EQ. Planars are pretty boring out of the box. And I've even demoed LCD 4s. And I remember the guy in the store a long time ago was just like, yeah, it's better with EQ. Gotta watch Invincible? Okay, I will. I will. China's taking over the IM industry. Have they gotten any headphones yet? Dude. I have to admit though, IMs from China are kind of insane, bro. They're great. Alex wants a compliment. You know what else is insane and great? Insane in a good way. Like makes me like feel insane in the heart, you know? Alex. Not me, but Alex. He makes me feel something, you know? It makes me smile. Alex, I hope you're having a good day. I hope things are going well. I hope nothing gets you down this weekend. And stay warm, because apparently, I don't know if you're in the areas where it's going to get like crazy cold. We're getting really cold here, so you better stay warm. If you want, I can help. Planars are often open back and lack the base of closed. Dude, but I have to admit, planar bass, when it hits, it fucking sounds crazy, dude. I always EQ the planar headphones with a little bit of extra bass, and oh my god, they kind of have this like rumble to them. It's not like the same kind of pushing air that closed back has, but planar bass, it's different. Chi-Fi offers great value, but the tuning is still fundamentally the same as what existed before IMO. IEMs are a rabbit hole with crazy diminishing returns. But the offerings from China have been kind of fun. I slightly keep up with them. There's another beautiful 24 Celsius today. God damn, okay, don't have to show off. Don't have to show off, my guy. $24 is like 3 too hot. No, I'm gonna do regular backspace. I feel like regular is nicer. I had planars and I didn't understand the hype until I played a song that had many instruments and so much composing that I was really able to hear it all individually. Planars are weird, right? Because like for me, planars out of the box, when I first tried my first pair, which was a pair of LCD 2s, I ain't gonna lie, they were boring as fuck. Then I just applied a slight tuning to them, which a lot of people had recommended I do, and I was like mind blown. One of my favorite headphones that I regret selling was this I think it was Monoprice planars. Those things fucking smacked in the low ends. Probably like one of the bassiest planars I had ever tried. I think they were like the Monolith series or something like that. I found my endgame IEMs. I bought Shock Open Dots, and they have my favorite sound ever. Oh, I haven't tried those ones there. Audio was my only hobby at one point, Sinister. I legitimately had, I mean, we can go into details, but we don't have to, rather. I also just like, I spent every dollar I had on audio stuff. It was honestly, waste of money, because no one would buy any of that stuff afterwards. A lot of it I just gave to friends or like tried to sell, but a lot of it's used and people didn't want it. The 1060, what is this, right? Oh yeah, it was the 1060s. Wait, you know. Pocket, thank you very much for the tier 1. I appreciate it, man. It's very kind of you. I'm into audio as well, now settled into 24-bit FLAC tracks. Oh. I got into FLAC stuff. It was interesting because I had at the time, I had this like crazy nice amp DAC. And it was nice to listen to some of the music, but like it also is just a pain in the ass sometimes. I think it's gotten easier these days though. You're telling me your custom copper cables did nothing to change specific tunings for your sound system? No, but I have a really embarrassing story about a cable I had to buy once. Monster cable? No, it was so fucking... It's because I was also like panicked because I had a really bad experience. Like really bad experience with a vendor here in Toronto for audio stuff. And I had bought a, so it's just sad music. Nah, this song's a little bit sad. It was I picked up my LCD2s at the time. My I would consider that my first like huge purchase in audio, and I was so excited. Got home and one of the ears did not play any sound. Turns out it was the cable because we fiddled with the cables, and I was like, oh, the cable's just defective. Within the next day, because I had called them and I said, my cable, like something doesn't work on my headphone, can I bring it in? We brought it in and they're just like, there's nothing we can do. We can't give you a new cable. Like, you have to contact Odyssey. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean? And they were, I would say, fairly extremely rude. And when I say fairly, I mean not as in like they were fair to do it. They were, I shouldn't say fairly, they were immediately really rude. And I just never wanted to go back to that store again. I think I've only been one time back to that store because I needed some specialty part which only they had, and luckily I dealt with like a really nice salesperson, but the person who was like managing that department at the time was just a fucking asshole, and I just never shopped there again. And then Odyssey ended up helping me, and they were also confused why the vendor didn't contact them. And then I had to go buy a new cable in between because Odyssey, there was like a wait time of like many months to get a new cable. So I ended up contacting this guy who sold cables locally. And this is now where I can go to this music. And I was also confused because like I didn't know what to get. And this guy was talking to me. He owned this company who made cables, and he's like, we make this really cool cable and they're cryo frozen. And I was like, wow, cryo frozen, what's that? And he's like, what we do is we have this process and we wrap the cable, then we cryo freeze it to make this silver more, I don't know, fucking pure or some bullshit like that. And I was like, wow, and he's like, it'll actually brighten the sound ever so slightly with the process that we did. And I was like, wow, that sounds cool. So I paid him, and it was like $160 for this like 3-foot cable. And I went to his store, and it was just a normal house, and he like walked out in like shorts, and that was it, and gave me this cable, and I was like, wow, cryo frozen. I opened it up, got home, the cable plugged it in, and I was like, this sounds the same. Fucking waste of money, dude. So expensive for no reason, bro. That was his freezer. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was such a waste of money. And now that I know like how these cables are made, I'm like, bro, fuck off. Like legitimately craziness, dude. Cryo frozen. I can't believe I fucking fell for that, dude. Cryo frozen snake oil cables, yeah. Thanks to you and your great English pronunciation, I'm gradually learning the language. Combining it with my passion for keyboards makes a lot of fun. Greetings from Spain. Carlos, thank you. Do I have good pronunciation? That makes me happy. I think I've accepted that I can't really get, that I can't really tell that much of a difference between decent and really high-end audio. Bro, I use these very often. AirPods. As someone who was really into audio at one point, let me tell you, AirPods are kind of killer. I don't really like the new AirPod 3s though, or the Pro 3s, whatever they are. I prefer the Pro 2s for sound, but I guess these kind of grow on me. Didn't Sony buy Odyssey? I think so, yeah. We all have hearing damage anyways, most likely. That too. A lot of audiophile friends like the AirPod Pro 2s. I'll tell you what, like, when I switched, I noticed a huge difference between the 2s and 3s. I did prefer the 2s. But you know what? At the end of the day, like, you kind of, like... adjust to the sound you're listening to, but it is. You got nice pronunciation, but not with Irish wristwatch. Fuck. You gotta say that slow. You gotta. Alright. Let's continue to solder. I can't say it fast. What would happen to someone when they got their earwax cleaned and has their IM on 50% volume? I actually recently got my ears cleaned professionally. We thought my ears were pretty bad for some reason. Turns out my ears weren't pretty bad, and I hear exactly the same. No difference. The only time that when I cleaned my ears, it made a huge difference is when my ears were actually, like, I would say kind of clogged and I didn't realize. I did with one of those self-cleaning kits. That was a crazy difference. You can get your ears cleaned professionally at, like, we went to one of, like, those stores that sell, hearing aids and stuff. They do a lot of auditory stuff there. It's actually, honestly, kind of was nice getting them cleaned. It wasn't crazy expensive. It was only $60 for me. I've never gone professionally. Just was nice to go, I guess, this time. So therapeutic. Is it? To your partner to do it? Walmart will do it. There's someone there willing to try, probably. Oh, boy. Audiology, yeah, that's what it is. Does it hurt? One part hurt. I had, like, not to gross you guys out. There was just, like, something they need to remove, and they had to use, like, a pick. It didn't really hurt. Like, it wasn't my, it didn't impair my hearing at all. But it was weird because when they did it, as she was doing it, I felt like my throat getting itchy. And it was like the strangest sensation. And then she was just like, if you feel your throat feeling weird, it's because I'm touching this, like, one nerve that, like, links the two. And I'm like, that is so weird. That hurt a little bit. First time seeing you doing this. What's that? I am soldering. So most keyboards, I would say these days, offer primarily hot swap, but some still offer solder. And solder is really fun. We're essentially binding these to the PCB so they can properly send a signal.
The cable management in our bodies is terrible.
True.
Needs to be torn out and redone with some custom cables.
Cryo frozen, right? What are your plans for Valentine's Day? Don't hate me, guys. I don't know. I have no clue. I think both of us. I can't really say much, guys. Plus, she might be watching. I can't do much. Shawarma date? Oh, that would be my thing. Like, I'll keep it down a little bit. Hopefully she's not watching. I think we were thinking of doing like a dinner date. I had some stuff planned, but I guess we gotta see a bunch of stuff before then too. But bro, I wish we can Netflix and chill, but there's nothing on Netflix, so we probably just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Netflix kind of fucking stinks these days. Take her to Target and tell her you can pick any flavor Red Bull you'd like, babe. She doesn't like energy drinks, bro. She ain't into that. JoJo Bizarre Adventure? Why not? I was watching your Envoy PC build VODs and you mentioned that you have a deep connection to GMK Nautilus. Can you explain more? It was my very first GMK set. It was my very first one that I bought, and I had a really good experience buying it. And it was at a time when I just really loved navy blue and yellow. Crazy, right? Take her to Harvey's and let her get the second. Bro, can I get the second patty? You slide dog. Nah, not like that. Not like that. Not like that, my guy. I did love blue at one point. Left side of mine was very clogged, and they just used some warm water solution to flush it out. Dude, it can get pretty clogged, but yeah, it's mostly just warm water and like this little like pressure gun that they use. That was it. I'm glad yours felt different though. Mine was relieving, but it didn't make me hear different. Gas station and energy drinks at 3 a.m.? No, you know what? I'll be honest, guys. I love energy drinks. Love them. I find when I do have energy drinks, I tend to get moody. Like, I get kind of agitated. So I am kind of off energy drinks right now. It's something that I really don't want to admit, but I don't know if it's just the caffeine or something in them, but no matter which energy drink I tried, I think Alani was like the least aggressive. But I get a little bit like agitated and I just didn't want to be talked to and kind of isolate myself. I don't know why. Every time I drink one. And Monsters made me feel weird at night. Me and Red Bull watermelon or orange are my favorite things. I don't think I've had a Red Bull watermelon flavor. Red Bull's never really been my thing. Zoya's not too bad. I haven't even heard of that brand. The only brand, actually, I lied. There is one brand that doesn't make me crash. It's this brand called Gorilla Mind. But they're kind of expensive if you want to buy single cans here. I miss Red Bull Peach Nectarine and Cranberry. Was that like a limited flavor? Sorry guys, I know I'm going really slow. I'm just really enjoying talking to you guys. Sorry. White Monster will forever be my jam. It is tasty. Suggestion for in-stock keycaps for PC Agar. What theme would you like to go for? And also, would you like PBT or ABS? We enjoy talking to you. Thank you, XM. I am what I drink. Sips White Monster. Damn. This guy. Go slower. This is the longest conversation I've had in 7 months. Don't kill me, bro. Probably PBT. I prefer lower tones. Okay. Let me check something real quick. Let's see if... Oh, actually, what happened to my music? Why did it... Oh, because we hit pause. Let's see... You could, if you don't mind, my suggestion, which might be a little boring, you could do a set of Hammerworks CRP. I know it's not the most fun color, but in my opinion, it's one of the nicest quality PBT sets out there. I really like them. They're mostly just beige. You can kind of slightly customize them. There's not a whole hell of a lot available right now, but there are some. And there are some accent colors I feel like you can get for some of them. So, I don't know. I really like them. You know, I think at one point there was an all-black CRP set. Regret not getting that. But time for me. See ya, Alex. Take care. Thank you for being here. That keyboard sounds so good. I know, I love the Eve. It's been amazing. And it's a $50 keyboard kit. I heard there's going to be more in stock soon. I heard there is. I hope Divinity gets some more too. So you don't have to order them like I did from all the way from Korea. I think there's supposed to be more. CRP, Milktooth, I think Mechanical Keyboards has them. I think there's a few websites who have CRP, right? Probably late March for DK. I mean, that's still fun. I can't wait for them to get that back in stock, man. You know what I kind of want to pick up too? I want to pick up the MX kit for the Kafka. I think the Kafka and the Eve 65 are like two of my favorite boards right now that have come out. I don't know if the Kafka is still available though. What does CRP stand for? I don't know. It is? Okay, let me quickly show you guys this too. Hold on a second. This is like my other favorite board of the year, I think, so far. Well, I wouldn't even say of the year. I think as of the last like few months, this is like one of my faves. I think it's beautiful. This is the HE version, but there is an MX version as well. But the HE version sounds really good too. Dude, how did this accumulate so much dust in one day of being on my new stand? God damn. Beautiful looking board. Milktooth is such an odd keyboard store for some reason. It's something about his voice that just makes me feel off. Like I can't trust him in with the voice like that smooth. You trust me? Do I have a smooth voice or not? Bro. I get what you mean though. Honestly, I kind of do. Frick dust for real, bro. Yeah, I want the MX kit. I might have to ask for one or something. Someone commented on Patty's Kafka video and said the MX kit didn't exist because the reviewer said they didn't get it. Is that rage bait? 100%, right? 100%. You know what? I just saw Shindo from YouTube say this. XMI is also a great alternative if you don't want to get CRP. I agree. Yeah. Mozarts, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription, bro. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, man. I think it was technically an afterthought, but like, I think it's a valid thing to put in the board. I remember when I first watched you had a throat virus or something, and your voice was like Giga Chad voice. Oh, was that when I had... Fuck, what was that thing called that I had? We got it from my girlfriend's nephew. I don't know. We had some crazy thing where our lungs and throat were just like... R something... RMI or... RSI or IR, whatever it was. It was bad. I think that was the worst I've ever felt like in my vocal cords ever. It was so RSV, that's what it was. That was so fucking terrible, dude. Legitimately the worst feeling I've ever had. But I couldn't take that much time off from like working, so I had to work. But that was terrible, bro. I wish that upon nobody. Nobody. RSVPs can be tough. Yeah, I mean they can be. Events in general are kind of tough to go to. I'm more of a homebody myself. RSV took me out of school, my school job for like 4 weeks. It's terrible, man. 4 weeks is kind of what I feel like I also had too. Any thoughts on the Gearhorn? I really liked it. I think it did sound better without those like plastic nubs inside. How do you like the LFO keycaps on the Kafka? Or I don't even know. FEO? They're perfectly adequate, I'd say, Mendy. I don't think I would go out of my way to buy a set, though. But yeah, considering they come with the pre-built, perfectly adequate. I have no complaints. I still think, like, if you're going to go with PBT, go with CRB or XMI, and then if you're going to go with ABS, there's some good brands now, too. It's crazy how much random sickness. Oh wait, sorry, I missed one already. Have you tried any Invo-Key stuff? I feel like a while ago, right? Invo-Keys. When's the last time they made something? I don't even remember. It's crazy how much random sickness can be crazy. I'd be getting colds and feeling mostly fine, but that one time I got food poisoning, I thought I was going to die. Food poisoning's no joke. I actually never got food poisoning up until a few months ago. And it's terrible feeling, like you just feel like death. First time ever. Hand, foot, mouth disease in an adult is basically a death sentence. Got that from my cousin. I don't even know what that is. I know what it is, but I don't know the symptoms. RSVP, yes, can be tough. I RSVP no all the time. I do some event management, and often I hate events. Yeah, I'm not really big into events myself. Want to hear the gear on the plastic plates? Did we get one of the plastic plates? I can't remember which one we got. I received unlubed MX2A blacks. Using it stock on my keyboard. It feels mushy. Is that normal for stock? Can I give you my honest thing on what I would do? I personally think the best course of action with MX2As, please at least spring swap them, Mozart. I think if you spring swap them, you'll be in a much happier position. Oh, sorry guys, that's my loud iTunes music. I was listening to relaxing music. I guess my other music stopped playing. I guess maybe it clicked off. One sec. Let me go put back my other music here. At least spring swap. I was ascending for a second. Honestly, I was trying to ascend this morning. I needed to focus in. iTunes? Okay, Apple Music, whatever it's called now. I'm Unk, don't forget. I am Unk. But yeah, at least spring swap. And then I would also say a very light coat of lube on MX2As goes a long way. But there are some people who are very adamant about not even lubing MX2As. Quickly, let me wash my hands here, and then we'll continue on building. These switches on... I really like these switches. They're pretty. Ooh, I like the way this sounds already, too. What do you think the keyboard hobby's leaning towards? Honestly, I probably... Hold on, let me watch my... One second. I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I feel like maybe a year ago I could have given you a really solid answer, but like, who knows? I don't even know where the keyboard hobby setting. You know what? I will say this with all of my heart. I just hope that people don't look at keyboards as and everyone's different, I know, but I hope people don't look at keyboards as just physical devices. I think keyboards are going to be around. I think the hobby will be around. Where I hope the keyboard hobby leans to is people appreciating other people's company and like-minded individuals and people to talk to and debate with in a constructive manner, and see the hobby not just as a input device. It's a beautiful thing. The input device is a beautiful thing. It's something we use every single day. It's how we talk to each other online. But, you know, I do think the community aspect is really important. I hope we lean more into that, maybe. It's tough. I don't know where exactly anything leans anymore. I do, Bandit, if you hit ! kit. I do need to change 2 of the cameras. The 2 Fuji cameras are now Sony... I don't remember what models these are, but they're Sony models now. That's the only thing that's changed. DM me, I have an idea. Oh yeah, for Anit. Also, Pancake, what was that thing you said before? You made something for me or something like that? Okay, let's get this and open this guy up now. I still don't understand the whole lines in creation thing, but Gotta admit, this looks pretty. They did a good job on this. What layout is this? I don't know what they're calling this layout. I really don't. Thought about Dynacap kits. Beautiful. Dynacap, amazing. Clever does some crazy stuff, bro. Alex, I'm buying some grilled peri-peri chicken and how do you pronounce that again? Cassava? Dude, I literally just had that recently too. I want some peri-peri chicken. Honestly, I'm kind of full right now. It's weird. I never really feel full after dinner, but today, I don't know why. I just feel full. Is this considered an exploded FRL TKL with a numpad? I have no idea what this would be. FRL TKL numpad? Yeah, I feel like this is kind of unique. GMK Wob versus GMK Mono? Wob all the way. Wob is the best. I'd say a large pizza? What were your toppings, Elquan? Please share. What were the toppings? You can't hold out on us. Okay, so... Oh! I could not find these when I was trying to look last time. There are blockers in here. Wait, are these the purple blockers? Actually, this will be good to... I did not see this. Wait, why is this purple? Oh, it's because this is from the purple case. Wait a second. Were there blockers in this one then? The other unit had no blockers. No, this one doesn't have it. Okay, so I guess the purple unit has blockers. I want to inspect these. Because someone was showing me photos of the blockers and they were awful quality. No, like, these look fine. These look like, I would say, very, very well done. Sorry, my hands are really dry right now. Some of the photos I got from someone from, I guess, the overseas group buy showed that these were, like, terrible. Also, it was the coated ones, but this is the anode one. It looks great. Foam on the bottom. Got the diffuser in there. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I don't think I'm putting blockers on this because I just soldered no blockers in, but it's okay. Also, I want these switches to come back now. Look how pretty they are. They look so good. Wait, what did Elquan... Oh, bacon, pepperoni, sausage, mushroom, and hot peppers. Very valid. Very valid. We know you like your fake stone. Hi, Soren. How you doing? What's up? Okay. Let's put this together. Actually, wait. I need to go back in this box. I need stuff from this. Wait, where did I put the gaskets? Gaskets. Did I take him out and put him in the other bag? Oh boy. Where did I stick you? Here we go. I think Yunzi is a great starting brand. You know what? The AL68 I think was good. I would say Yunzi has like this weird middle lane of stuff they did that I think didn't sound as good. But yeah, I think it's fine. I think most of their products, I have some reviews. I would say check them out. But most of their products are more than adequate. What switches did you use for the EVE65? Cheese V2s, I believe. Yeah, what time is it there, Sora? Cheese V2s. I'm going to use these guys because I liked them more last time. What about the classic TKL? I mean, yeah, I would. No bias here. I think the classic TKL feels like a more enthusiast-minded keyboard. There are parts of the Yunzi stuff that I wish were different. And again, if you go through some of the reviews. But also, if you want something metal, the Yunzi stuff is just the obvious choice. But the classic TKL is beautiful. All right, we have these plugged in. Cool. Now I wonder, do I have to do... Okay, that's something caught there now. Okay, so... Oh, was that the pogo pin catching? I have to make sure that cap... Yeah, okay, we're good. Screw this back in now, and then now we have to decide on a keycap set. I don't want to do dual shot. I feel like dual shot's too easy of an answer here. So we have to think of something different. A set with a numpad? Oh, I don't have Nerve. Nerve would be sick on this. Easy question. What's your top 3 recommendations for switches at this day? I can give you a few recommendations. I actually wrote some down today for someone else. I would say the blue cheese or cheese V2s. Easy recommendation there. If you want something a bit more new that I've been enjoying, roller V2s. And then my other recommendation, if you want to go ahead and mod your own, easy peasy pickup, Cherry MX2As. You do have to pick up some extra parts, and those will probably be your most costly out of everything. And then my 4th bonus recommendation is most of the new stuff from HMX kind of slaps. And I think you'll do the least amount of work to get it to sound good. And then the shill in me will tell you now. So this is the shill recommendation. Granite switches or classic blues from Novel Keys. You don't have to take those ones super serious though. FTRO, I still don't know where I put that set. I was going to do, like I said, this weekend I'm going through everything. I already started big cleanups today. This weekend I'm going to go through all my stuff and I'll find out where FTRO is. I don't know where it is right now, to be honest with you guys. I do not remember. Okay. Lube's Granite still sold out. Yeah, I gotta figure out when those are coming back in stock. Although, I gotta say though, guys, it does sound a lot different, but if you do like your own lube, they sound good. You just gotta do a super light coat. But the stock lube ones are fantastic. Alright. What do we want for keycaps? I don't even know. I'm so lost with this. Do we just do dual shot? Do we go boring today? Nah. Night Runner? I don't know. Do I have Night Runner? I might have Night Runner, actually. Oh, I do. I'm actually down. This could look nice on this. I'm actually down for this. And a numpad. Cool. Alright, I'm down for this. Is this the same as Hi-Vis? Oh shit. It's kind of crazy. They look almost identical. So bright, yeah. No yellow? Really? Can we see how it looks first? Let's see how it looks. Actually, this is sick on this. You know what? Good choice. I forget who said this first, but sick choice. I might go in and put the bottom foam in this one here. Oh, that's cool. What's the difference between the MX2A black, red, and orange? Just spring weight. Some people will claim, I don't know the validity of this, that the different pigments of stems will cause the sound to be different. I don't think there's a lot of validity there, but I have done a whole bunch of different cherry switches with just change the spring to the ones I like, and they all sound the same. I don't mind the exploded Numro. It's definitely a choice. You have to be into it. I think it looks pretty cool, actually. Again, you know what? It's a unique layout. I ain't gonna hate on it. Make Numro the F-row. I mean, that could also be cool. Is there enough to do that, though? It could change this. It should change the sound signature. Just how noticeable it would be. Yeah. One of the most impressive things about you is how effortlessly you get those keycaps out of the tray. Hey man, got some experience for this. Alex confirmed Netrunner and High-Vis same color. Honestly, I don't have High-Vis, but it kind of looks like it. Damn, I can't. You know, I've never seen High-Vis on my desk, but geez, a whole set of something like this is kind of wicked. Oh, it is. It's the same Pantone? That's crazy. A whole set is kind of insane. You should see him take off keycaps. I can't do it all the time. Not all the time. It's only certain ones. Oh, man. Yeah, there's High-Vis round 2 running right now. Where can I buy these? Oh, who sold these? Oh, Space Cables. I don't think
this chat, I must go. Anymore. Time to snuggle in bed with the hubby and read my book. I love you all, and Alex,
bye,
keep looking mighty fine.
Enjoy the night. Have fun with the hubby. Did you say you're gonna read books too? Read your book and enjoy. Smile ear to ear. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Sleepy. Love you, buddy. I tried to copy how you remove keycaps with your fingers. Kind of hurts. Guys, it really does depend. It really does depend on, like, the keycaps and the switches. I can't do it all the time. Sometimes it does kill my fingers. Okay, so what do I need now? How am I doing this? Let's move this over here. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of have to think how we're doing this numbad. The trick is to have cracked stem caps. I don't have those, bro. What if it's a book about tragedy? It could be smiling still. It could be weird like that, you know? You know? Today I ran into some borderline missed it here. Belittling from a few people in another Discord just because I like something they don't. Just because I like something they don't. Okay, I did read that right. It's totally fine if something isn't your taste, but talking down to others is over personal preference is kind of disappointing. I always thought this hobby was all about preference. Yeah, Chief, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I made like a... I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole here that I'd rather not go to, but it's okay. I'm gonna say it anyways. The other day, I kind of made like a little comment saying like I was in some other Discords, just, you know, looking around what people were saying, seeing what's up, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Some Discords feel a little bit like a wasteland. A lot of negativity and a lot of shit talking and a lot of just like very openly rude and ignorant people. And I say that maybe even a little lightly because some of it was pretty bad. Again, I think part of the hobby is being able to communicate with people in the hobby. And if you can't communicate, if you can't use your words and be constructive, even if you're having a disagreement, it goes nowhere. It's a pointless conversation and you're just aggravating everyone. So, talking about control menu? No, nothing about that. No, it wasn't. It was other stuff that I was just reading about, and I'm just like, jeez. Again, I think respect goes a long way when it comes to like just hobbies and stuff. Like, you really got to just like understand that like people are different, and if you can't, then you're projecting a lot of your own bullshit onto people. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Sorry you had to go through that, Chief. I hope you don't ever have to feel that way in our little community here. Compliment, JN. Let me think of a good one here. I know for a fact no one will ever feel sad because JN's always here making us smile, all right? JN, love you. I hope you're having a great day today. JN, I hope you know that whenever I'm with you, I never feel alone, all right? Thank you for being here. Love you, okay? In Mango Stream, we have the command preference. It says preferences are like butts. Everyone has one. They are, yeah. The whole point of the hobby is preference. I will say the whole point, to me, I think my mind has changed a little bit of like the whole point of the hobby. To me, preference is a huge thing, right? The whole point of the hobby is to just have some fucking downtime, bro. Is to just have a breather and try not to stress about the real life shit that's going on all the time. And to just enjoy yourself. The moment the hobby becomes not enjoyable and you become a little bit more like hostile towards like your peers and just like other people, bro, it ain't a hobby anymore. It's a weird obsession and I think you need to cut it. That's it. That's my opinion. People can disagree, but I think some people get a little too passionate about stuff, and then it ruins everyone else's day too. Dude, speaking of negativity, RMK is so different how it used to be. I was having a conversation about Key Cult, and I made a comment about how Key Cult is still a luxury board, and it'd be cool to own one. Old ups thing. I mean, this is exactly why I don't participate anymore. I also think it's sometimes a little bit much. So I get you there. How should I do the bottom row? How do they have the bottom row on the website? I've never done a bottom row like this. NV70. So nice.
Alexotos.
Hubert. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the tier 1. Thank you. How are things going for you? Let's see. Do they have like a... Oh, they just put like a novelty down there. Shit, I don't know what to put there, guys. So we have this and this, which we can put here. I don't really got a novelty. Maybe like 00? 000 dot? Okay, we'll just do that. See, like these I can't grab with my finger. Everyone has its own preferences till it ain't their preference. Literally wild. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. I don't care how many times I have to say this. And I've said this since the day I started this fucking hobby. And it kind of, sometimes it does make me a bit upset. It's just a hobby. It's supposed to be a hobby. It's supposed to be relaxing.
458 gifted a tier 1 sub to Sour Duck 8.
Thank you for the gifted, JN. Love you, buddy. So if you're not relaxing, then just like, fuck, dude. What's the point? Can you talk about your new keyboard project? There hasn't really been too much since I last spoke to you. We're still working through the kinks of like trying to get the first prototype figured out. The first real prototype, like we did that one there, which I consider more like a mock prototype, but it should be really soon. We actually were hoping to get it all kicked off right after CNY. So, but I am keyboard though, and keyboard is me. Just enjoy yourself. Are you in a strange place because your hobby is also your job, hearing out novel keys? Sometimes I feel like it's a bit weird. But I mean, I will admit I'm proud of myself because there are days in which I feel like, okay, this is a lot. And I'll just take a step back. And I think everyone's been very respectful to me even, and oh no, nothing happened on novel keys. But I do a lot of keyboard stuff. Like my job in the morning's novel keys. I do work for keyboards every day. Like I consume keyboards all the time. But sometimes it's just I need to take a step back, and it's good to shut your brain off sometimes with even your hobbies, right? Damn, this is a cool keycap set for this. I think we have a big issue today because a lot of people are so sweaty about everything. They bring that from online competitive games, make it their whole personality. Always the meta, the most updated, and shitting on the off meta and niche. I don't disagree. I can see where you're coming from there. Actually, let's take a look at the keyboard first. Since when can Anit be serious? I've seen Anit serious a few times. Dude, this set actually kind of fucks on this keyboard. Actually, let me zoom in before I switch scenes. Damn, actually, this color is probably my favorite out of this whole keyboard series here. I think they did an excellent job on this like graphite color. Damn, that looks really good. How does it look when plugged in here? Yeah, it's cool. I don't know if I'd keep it on rainbow. I think maybe I'd do like yellow or something for this. But yeah. Peak color. I mean, it does look good. Cool. Let's see how it sounds now. Better than I thought it was going to be. Let's see. You didn't split backspace? Oh, that's right. You guys wanted me to split backspace. Not on this one here. We'll do it on the next one. Oh, wait. I don't have a freaking extended plate again. Shit. Maybe I'll just... Oh, no. Desoldering this is going to be a pain in the ass. I don't know what we're going to do. How does it feel having split? I mean, it's not that crazy of a difference.
Sexy board, sexy man.
Patty, thank you so much for the tier 1 and the compliment. God damn, brother. Thank you, dude. Hold on, I think I need to... I think this is the one I need to flash. I'll do it later. All right, let's see how this sounds. These are using a KeyGeek M1. I think KeyGeek, right? KeyGeek M1s. Damn, I almost forgot the manufacturer of these. This is the extended plate. Not that we'll notice that much of a sound difference between the two plates, but we get more options with this. GMK keycaps. The plate is aluminum and no foam. I might actually open this up and put one piece of foam. Ooh, the M1s are kind of... No, these were lubed a little bit extra. The M1 spacebar is kind of different. It doesn't have that like definitive clack, but it has this like really almost like the blue cheese switch where it's like a little bit more of an undertone. No, the bottom foam is not that aggressive. I just want to try it. It's not that aggressive, but I do think this is perfect. Oh shit, this is really nice. Let me try a piece of, hold on one sec, guys. I do want to try with the cork pad too, because this desk pad can sometimes be a bit too bassy. Although I don't think this is hurting the keyboard at all. See what I mean? Like right away, like the bass, although, yeah, the feet are already in here. I almost like the no desk pad sound. It has like that extra like oomph to it, but the cleaner sound with the two desk pads here. All right. Okay, like I said, I did want to open this up just to see what that one small piece of foam does. So let's give that a go. One piece of foam, love a little foam. I feel like this will actually, I don't know, I actually think it'll sound good with the one. Just because these key geeks lean a little deeper. And I wonder if it'll kind of like accentuate some of the better sounds there. See, like I can't, let me just get this over my fingers here. Now to figure out where all the hidden screws are. Thoughts on JoJo? I haven't watched any more since, but it's been good so far. Like I like it. I haven't really been watching TV or anything the last like few days. Only the one episode of Fallout, I should say. That's it. I was going to watch some anime today and try to lube switches, but I'm always so bad at watching anime, reading subtitles, and trying to lube switches. I always miss so much. Oops. Have you ever noticed the Type Plus stabs have a bit of a thuddy sound? Not really. I think Stabies to me were a bit more thuddy. Cherry, though, has a slightly brighter sound for sure. No spoilers for anyone, please, for Fallout. Oh boy, what's going on here? Oh, I see. There is a small little quirk, I guess. I guess because there's 2 screw points here for that, you know, for when you don't want to run the numpad. You do have to take these 2 keycaps out. Okay. So small quirk there. All right, so actually, really, these switches are kind of insane. Let's get the one piece of foam I want, which is right here. Again, this is not a crazy aggressive piece of foam, which is nice. A little weird looking though. How the hell do I put this on? This way? I don't think this will make that crazy of a difference. But I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll be proven wrong here. I really don't. Let's give it a go. When you don't want to run the numpad. Oh, this keyboard. Where is the other one? Oh, it's over there. This keyboard has a blocker in which you can put here, which you can run as like arrow keys and half of your command cluster there. So it has 2 different layouts you can technically run, but you would have to rebuild it. If you have hot swap, probably not as hard, but if you didn't get hot swap and you got solder, then yeah. I have a, you know, I'm pressing X to doubt that that piece of foam is going to do anything now. I forgot how thin it was. I thought it was a little bit thicker and more plush, but it's pretty thin. This goes here. What keycap profile do I dislike? I don't think I've ever encountered one that I like stringently don't like, you know, or just crazy hate. Is that correct? No, it's the... I think it's the minus on the right side, right? I'm probably going to have to re-switch this now. Is that right? No, SA is great. I think SA keycaps are really fun. I don't think I can type on them in the long run, though. But they are... I kind of like entered the hobby grabbing a few SA sets. So I don't feel too badly about them. I think the only set in which I was like, okay, I thought I liked this, but I can't really type on it because of the sound. I really didn't like some of the MT3 sound profiles. I don't know why, everything sounded cheap. They were so comfortable though. And then I think maybe like when people have MX keyboards and they use really flat keycaps, I forget what they're called. But they're a uniform keycap and they're all the same and they're really low. I don't like those. MT3 is throaty. I think it also depends on if you're getting the PBT or ABS. Yeah, maybe XDA was... Let me see. Was it XDA? Cat was okay. You know, it's weird. I almost forgot about Cat Profile. Cat Profile was one of those things... Oh, it's not plugged in. Actually, I need to flash this. I don't even think this is going to work right now. Yeah, it's not. Cat was one of those things where it was like, I didn't love it. I thought I would like it. I never ended up sticking with it. So maybe that speaks volumes. All right, let's see how this sounds now with the one piece of foam. I doubt it'll sound any different, actually. Sounds exactly the same to me as well. I don't think that foam does anything really. I think they should have made it a little bit more plush. Yeah. I hear zero difference. I think you're safe to use that foam if you really want. But yeah. If you're going to use foam, probably put the one in between the plate and PCB. I don't think any of their foam will fit underneath. That's the problem because of those ridges that they have in there. This is pretty stiff with the aluminum plate. I don't think so. Also, this PCB needs to be flashed, so. I mean, fun. Very fun, though. I like the way this turned out. Again, I'll end off this stream by saying this keyboard, honestly, the NV70 looks really good on paper. It's a good price point. This is our second stream. If you want to know more about the whole board, I would suggest watching the first stream. Also, hi Box, how you doing? But I want you guys to be aware of what's going on with the DK1 TKL, and then make decisions on your purchase based off that. I think that's probably the most I can say. But my job, again, I'm hoping that you guys can understand that, like, I just want to bring awareness to, like, the past problem in case something happens with this. So at least you guys can be informed and make, you know, your decision there, as I just said. But it's all I can really do. Again, I think there's been some good... how can I word this? There's been some good communication now with some of the vendors, especially the current, like, I'll use Keybait Tech as like an example. There's been communication between Keybait Tech and GDK, and I'm liking to see this communication. It's very public. Keybait Tech's already said that he's going to make sure that he's going to take care of customers. He's confident in it, it seems. Like, I'm happy that he's confident in it. So, you know, if that speaks volume to you guys, then so be it. It does to me, I'll be honest. I like Keybait Tech a lot. They have been nothing but great, and a lot of people here really like Keybait Tech as well. But yeah, it's just hard to ignore, and seeing what some of the problems and issues were with the DK1, even if they weren't grand in scale, there was just a lot, right? And I think that kind of makes it grand. There was a few weird issues that definitely felt a little bit more like one-off, but... to add my 2 cents, the DK1 TKL came in today. There wasn't anything wrong with it, but I've seen other people's posts too. Yeah, like, I'm not going to ignore the fact that there is like some definite like really off ones, but I've also heard other stories like from Gaffin here where the DK one was like fine other than maybe a scent. Like it had like a cigarette smell, which is unfortunate. But anyways, I just want to make you guys aware. I do think the NV70 is very, very awesome though. Like it looks good. They did a good job with it. And if it's, you know, if they're not changing literally anything, which I hope they don't, because even the few things I had a problem with on the internals are adjustable because it's using silicone gaskets, keep it the same. Even, dude, I wouldn't even bother removing the lines of creation. Just keep it simple, keep it the same. Whatever you have now is perfect. Just leave it. The only thing I would truly suggest, if GDK listens, so nice.
Joining last minute just to say hi to everyone.
Love you,
grateful
buddy.
For all of the perspective and info to consider, and also grateful for this community. Can't wait to finish moving and get caught up on all the happenings of the last few weeks.
Oh, you're in
I've
for
missed joining the streams more regularly recently.
How has the moving been? Has it been like streamlined? Sometimes moving is like, I don't know. We had a really bad experience last time. Not super bad, but it was like fucking, it was a lot. Oh, you're all good, Atomic. Don't apologize. But yeah, again, make your decision based off that, guys. I think the NV70 is great. The only problem I want them to fix is just take out the, what is this called? The accent piece. Take it out, put it in a bag. Put it in like a microfiber cloth. It was in here. The screws fell out on 2 of 3 units that I opened, and it was sliding around, and that could cause damage to the unit. Other than that, all 5 of my units, like I inspected all of them. They were all very good. I made sure to give them thorough inspections when I saw some posts happening with the DK1, and then I also saw some photos. I was like, let me make sure nothing's happening to these. I don't know if these were cherry picked, but I don't think so. But yeah, these looked all fantastic to me in terms of quality. Even the ones where those things were sliding around were still fine. And it was pretty rough in transit too, so there you go. That's my 2 cents, I guess. Have you tried Cherry MX Purples? I have a batch. I'm going to be modding them soon. I wouldn't think so if the parts were sliding around. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that nothing was damaged, but I was annoyed that they were sliding around, tell you that much. Yeah, it's a nice looking board though. They did a really good job. The aesthetics on this are on point. It looks high end. I like it. The purples need to have the stems trimmed. That I don't know. I've heard mixed reports on that. I don't know at all. Alright though, guys. Here's the game plan. Tomorrow, I'm going to spend the day lubing switches. I might lube 2 batches, and then we can pick what we're going to use for the Smurf. I'm pumped up to do the Smurf. The Smurf, let me actually get a keyboard that I have flashed here. The Smurf looks like something that a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with. Let's see. How much is the Smurf again? It's like 80 bucks or something. Let's see what the bare bones one is. 80 bucks. 80 bucks, dude, for the bare bones kit. I'm pretty pumped up to do that one there. I think we're gonna have to do like a classic theme, but I'm really thinking maybe we do these particular switches. If we have the assembled one, I think they already have NK Classic Blues in them, so I might just use something different, but I'll loop some different ones up here. Hey Alex, I'm late but loving their... What happened, sorry? Are you complimenting me? God damn, thank you, Average. I appreciate you. Trim the stems, batch 2 are fine. I don't know what batch I have, Drod. I might have batch 1. Oh man, that means I have to buy an extra part. What plate did I use? Not Jeune, it was a PP plate. But that particular Manta for the creamy build was actually using a special piece of foam that I don't necessarily recommend going to go rush out and buy. But it's still really fun. I can tell you guys, I told everyone about that yesterday, but I can show it more tomorrow, or I guess Sunday, if you guys are interested. But alright guys, I'm going to call it a night here. I am probably going to go quickly take a shower and call it an evening myself. Maybe loop some switches, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But you guys have a good day, alright? or a good rest of your day or a good rest of your night. Let's go find someone to raid. Let's go raid Mikey. I think he might be finishing too, but you know what? Let's go raid him before he gets off. You guys have a good one. I love you guys. Thanks for always being here. Oh, in case you guys are interested too, I threw a batch of switches up on my store. Some milky yellows. Totally forgot to ping you guys about that today too. And yeah, good night everybody. Bye everyone. See you later. Good night.